The views and opinions presented in this media format don't reflect the views and opinions of Gracie NEPA as a whole. This broadcast is meant for entertainment purposes only and is the product of two idiots with microphones and far too much time on their hands. If you are easily offended, this podcast probably isn't for you. In addition, the content herein contains loud noises, adult humor, and language not suitable for children and most adults. Also, the opinions expressed herein are not intended for legal, medical, or financial advice. We are not experts, although we play them on TV. Void where prohibited. Batteries not included. No purchase necessary to win. Open to all legal residents 18 years or older in the continental U.S. Dealer participation may affect actual costs. Hosts are not responsible for personal items left in your car while listening to this or any other broadcast. This broadcast has zero cash value and should remain frozen until ready for use. Also, it should not be used by pregnant or nursing women and has been known to cause violent outbursts in lab animals. In case of ingestion, induce vomiting, and remember, these are professional drivers on a closed course. Do not attempt this at home. Serious penalty for early withdrawal and not a member of the FDIC.
Episode 8, Jeff Reese, Tyler Calvey, back for more. UFC, Bellator, Mother's Day, and
Everything.
all other nonsense that we can think of.
Yeah.
What do you want to start with?
Well, we got the
Wish happy Mother's Day.
Happy Mother's Day to
Happy
all
Mother's
the
Day.
beautiful mothers out there.
Yes.
What?
When you said beautiful mothers, I had a quick image in my head. Remember the mom from Full House? The young mom, she was married to Jesse.
Oh, yeah.
She was hot.
Yeah, she was.
I don't know why that flashed into my head when you said beautiful moms.
I was thinking like
I know.
Stifler's mom from
Stifler's mom?
American Pie.
She's
She wasn't that beautiful,
She's a
but
big chick.
yeah, she wasn't that beautiful, but
What about Lois Griffin?
what?
Lois Griffin.
Cartoon
moms?
I guess. I think if we're going cartoon
Hold on, we
moms,
could
though,
get deep into this.
Yeah.
Let's get into TV
like
moms.
hot cartoon moms that like underrated would be like the Jetsons mom. She had a certain
Jetsons'
she had a certain elegance
Jane the wife.
about, yeah,
Jane, his
yeah.
wife. Yeah.
She had a certain elegance about her.
Betty Rubble.
Betty Rubble, I was gonna say, yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. Betty Wilma?
Were you a Wilma or a Betty?
I'm a Betty. I'm not a redhead.
I'm a
Okay,
Wilma.
Yeah.
I'm a Wilma.
Yeah.
I have to say that. I'm a Wilma.
But the live action one with Rosie O'Donnell, not so much.
Oh God, no. She's
horrendous. I couldn't believe they cast her.
Yeah, Rosie O'Donnell is horrendous. Although I do like her on what's that show where four lifelong friends try to embarrass each other? Impractical Jokers. She's really good on Impractical Jokers.
She's pretty good.
Yeah, she's good on
Yeah.
Impractical Jokers. I like her a lot on that.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, hot mom. I don't know why you said that in like.
I said beautiful mothers.
This image,
He said hot moms.
This image flashed into my head of Fuller House or Full House
and Jeff turned something very nice and elegant into disgusting.
Into something bad.
First things first, though, before we get into UFC, Lomachenko fought last night.
Yeah, I didn't watch the fight, but I saw the highlights.
Yeah, he got dropped, and I mean, for the most part, though, he controlled the fight for the most part, but he got caught, with a straight right coming in, and then, but from that point on, he looked good.
A lot of body
Lomachenko,
shots.
yeah, he finished him with a body shot,
Yeah.
I believe in the 10th. Lomachenko, man, he looks best pound for pound fighter in the world right now.
Yeah, I didn't see any of it because I was bouncing between Bellator and UFC, and
I didn't
was just
watch
looking
much
at it on social media, like what was going on with boxing. So
I didn't see anything of it the Bellator.
No, you didn't miss much.
No, I watched the UFC. Bellator, they keep pulling these bullshit moves. Now 50 Cent wants to fight.
Yeah, I heard that, but then Scott Coker came out and he said like there's no truth to the rumor.
All right. Well, we'll see.
We'll
I don't
see.
know.
I
Bellator keeps trying to pull these cheese moves, like these WWF moves.
Well, yeah, I mean that's their shtick,
But why? Why not? Like I always go back to why not? Promote Michael Chandler instead of King Mo.
Yeah.
Who
got knocked out in 15 seconds. Last night.
Did he?
Yeah, Ryan Bader dropped him 15 seconds.
There you go.
Caught him with what did he catch him with? Left. I think he hit him with a left.
Yeah.
And he swarmed him.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, they keep promoting these old, past prime guys. And I'm not saying you can't have those guys. You can have those guys, use those guys, bring fans in with those guys. But if they're your cash cows,
right.
The milk is going to run dry soon enough because they don't got the longevity. Why not put Michael Chandler on the spotlight, Lovato in the spotlight?
Yeah.
Like, you have a bunch of homegrown talent right now. And if you don't give them the spotlight, guess what? Their contract's going to be up, and they're going to go to the UFC, and the UFC is going to say, hey, man, you win 2 fights, and now we're going to put you in a main event, and you're going to be the headliner.
Yeah.
And that's what happened with Eddie Alvarez. It happened with a lot of guys coming from
Yeah,
Bellator.
for sure. Yeah, it definitely did. And I guess the whole story behind, because Rampage put it out there, I guess back when the A-Team came out, 50 Cent auditioned for B.A. Baracus.
Oh, okay.
And of course, Rampage got it, right?
Yep.
So, I guess, whatever, 50 Cent always had that. Do I have to say 50? Can I just say 50 cents?
No, you have to say 50.
Okay. 50 Cent held like a grudge, and then, whatever. So, I guess 50 had said something on social media, and then, like, Rampage took it to, like, Photoshop Steve's status and was, like, creating, like, images of him, and that's how that got blown out of proportion.
Oh, okay.
And, Jackson is a character, and he was saying, like, he's like, yeah, man, I saw your audition tape, you suck. Like, he ramped it up. So I think, and then, of course, 50 Cent was like, well, I'll fight you in the cage, whatever. And it just spiraled. But Coker came out the other day and said, I don't know where any of this is. He's like, there's no truth to the rumor.
But 50's putting stuff out there, like, he showing pictures of him and Coker and him signing a contract, and he put on his own social media page that
Coker just,
here I come, the best Jackson in MMA.
Yeah.
So we'll see. We'll see.
I'm just saying what Coker put out the other day and what have you.
Because of all these MMA rumors, let's get into some of these more MMA rumors, because I gotta get through it, because this one's been bothering me.
Well, let's put Bellator to bed. Bader knocks out Mo, so he gets the winner of
Chael,
and Fedor. So, that's all we need to say about Bellator at this point,
basically,
I think.
Yeah.
And now we can put that to bed and move on to MMA rumors.
MMA rumor, the big one, but it kind of got squashed, but the big one is they're trying to hype up and put together this 227 card, right?
Yeah, that's going
to be Cody.
GSP.
No. That's why we're talking about rumors. That's why we're going to talk about rumors. No, the only fight that's officially on this card is TJ and
Cody No Love?
Yes.
Okay.
That's official. But all these fights I keep seeing, the Zabib versus Yair, and supposedly that was fake news, and then it became real news, and then Dana White's threatening either to cut him or he's got to fight that Zabib. So they said that...
He's got to... Who has to fight?
Yair.
Okay.
Yair Rodriguez.
All right.
Because there was originally the rumors, they posted the card, and it was all these super fights, and then it came out that Yair said that he's not had any contact about fighting Zabib.
Right.
And then Dana White said either you fight him or we cut you.
Okay.
So we're not exactly sure what's happening in that. And then the GSP going to 155 to fight Nate Diaz.
I saw that.
Nate Diaz came out and said, that is bullshit. You're selling wolf tickets, homie. That's his exact tweet. He said that nobody's contacted him about that. He said something about, you cheated against my brother, and now you're trying to cheat against me. Get off the gas, blah, blah, blah. But my thing is, why go to 55 to fight who? Nate? Does anybody want to see that?
There's better. Well,
but does anybody, really think about it? Not the fucking idiot fans.
Well, that's what I was gonna say. Yes and no. The hardcore fans could give a crap less. For me, I don't want to see that fight.
He beat up his brother.
Yeah.
It was not an entertaining fight.
No,
at all. So you're gonna go pick on the little brother. Here's the thing too. If you're going to 55, don't even go to 55. Go to 60. Make it a catch weight. Fight Conor.
That's the fight.
That's the fight.
Or
Khabib. Or Khabib.
Yeah. But Conor's not going to.
This is my thing with GSP. If GSP really is trying to go to 55 to fight Nate, this is going to go back to why I disliked him for so long in his career. And it kind of continues on. I gave him a lot of credit for stepping in there at 85 and going against Bisping. But in hindsight, I just feel GSP is continuously taking fights he knows he can win.
Yes. Of course he does. Yeah. That's the whole Jackson camp.
But he talks about his legacy. He said, I don't want to fight Conor because that does nothing for my legacy or something like that. It's like, man, if you're going to come back and fight somebody, why don't you fight Khabib? Why don't you fight Woodley? You don't want
fighting Nate Diaz does something for his legacy.
That's what I'm saying. So he's talking out his ass.
Yeah, that's what he does, though. I've never been a GSP fan. I have a lot of respect for him. His fighting skill is good, and he's a gentleman. I've never really heard anything bad about him.
Right.
But I'm not a fan of his.
I just
sure.
feel that like that. If he goes and fights Nate, that's such a bitch move. Because there's so many better fights that could be made.
I wouldn't want to see it personally. You know, but you put either Diaz brother in any fight, and you're gonna sell a lot of tickets.
Yeah.
So that's what and that's ultimately what Dana White's job is to sell tickets.
But I think you put GSP in any fight, it sells tickets. So
Yeah.
why
So you put the two of them together, and
Yeah,
you
but
sell a
on
lot
an
of
undercard,
tickets,
on an undercard somewhere.
Yeah.
There was another rumored fight, I guess, on that card too. I can't think of. Fuck, it escapes me now. But there was another big fight. That one's
fight. Yeah.
Yeah, that one's not even inked yet. So the MMA is becoming like TMZ.
Well, I mean, I think they do that to. It almost like politics, where
test the water.
Test the water. They want to see what the buzz is.
Right.
You know, Hollywood does that too.
Yeah.
Hey, we might release a reboot of Spider-Man.
Yeah.
And people go, oh, fuck that shit. I mean,
Yeah.
or oh my god, yeah, I'd love to see So they throw things out there. They're smart businessmen. They know what they're doing.
Yeah, but then you get that
But your
TJ
average-
versus DJ,
Yeah.
and then that don't happen.
Right.
You know.
Yep.
So come on.
Yeah, but that's what they do. That's what they do. That's their business. That's what they're in the business of. Smoke and mirrors.
Fuck with me like that.
That's why you have to be.
The only reason
That's why you got to be woken.
The only reason I can
Research.
see the only reason I can see them maybe excusing this is because they want to see if GSP could actually make 55.
Yeah, because if he doesn't make 55 against Nate, it's no
big deal.
No big deal.
But if he goes against Khabib and doesn't make it,
Right.
But here's the thing too: why even do that? Why not just make a catchweight fight anyways? Because if he loses a 160 catchweight, or he wins a 160 catchweight against Khabib and goes away again, that doesn't fuck the 55 division up.
Right.
Because if you bring him in and he fights Khabib and beats Khabib, and then he goes, nah, I'm good, I go back to retirement, and now we got 2 fucking titles that he took and then he left.
Right.
You know?
Yeah. Which it's pretty badass. Like, you kick in the door, you take everybody's lunch money and go home. Like,
yes.
It's pretty badass.
It
but
is.
It also just throws everything into
Out of whack.
chaos.
Right. But it is.
And we always say consistency. Like,
A
there's
little bit of
no
consistency. Yeah, that's when you see ratings on the fighters. He's the number whatever ranked fighter. It's
Right.
like, does that fucking matter?
No,
Because
it
if
doesn't
Conor or
matter.
GSP shows up, they're getting a fight over
Right.
you anyways.
Right. Yeah. There's no rating system in the UFC. It's whoever Dana likes that day.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm gonna make you number 1 because I like you better.
Eh.
I don't know.
Yeah, we need a little more consistency.
Eh.
Because then it becomes boxing, and then they dance around the fights that you want to see.
Yeah.
And that was why.
Oh.
But that's why the UFC it took over boxing.
Speaking of dancing around,
Mm.
did you watch Machida and
Vitor?
Vitor?
Yeah.
That first round was painful.
It was.
I'm
Yes.
sitting there going, what the fuck? Because they both wanted a counter strike.
Right.
So they're sitting there with their dicks in
Waiting,
their hands,
yeah.
staring at each other.
Right.
I mean, finally, he landed that kick, and that was, oh my god! I think Vitor's just waking up now. Like,
Dude, he crane kicked him.
he did crazy. Yeah, it was crazy.
Beautiful.
Like I had to watch it again and again and again. It was so.
And
Like
how-
he faked with the front
Right.
and then
Boom.
bow.
It was a crane kick. It was basically a crane
Yeah.
kick.
Cobra Kai.
And how dope was it that he stopped,
And
put his hands on his
just-
hip, and then
Yeah.
bows like.
He knew.
I love Machida.
when he hit.
Yeah. But I love
I'm a-
Machida.
I
Most
do
guys
too.
would follow that up with
Yeah.
an onslaught.
Yep.
But he was like, listen, the job's done.
Yeah.
You know?
Yep.
Because even if guys know the guy's done, they still try and
They
get
still
that
try and-
extra
yeah.
shot just to whatever.
Yeah.
You know?
Mm-hmm.
But I thought that was great. And I've always loved Machida. And
like
it sucks
Machida a lot.
that...
even when he lost to Jones, like
Right.
the way he went out, he was like,
Right.
"Well, he got me. I'm
Yeah.
gonna go to sleep.
Right.
Good night."
Right. He was. I wish his reign lasted a little bit longer, because I remember when the Machida era came and it was
Yeah.
that puzzle, and there was no answer for him for a lot of guys except for Bones Jones with his length and his.
He's got an answer for everybody.
Jones,
I mean, Jones.
Yeah.
I'm not a Jones fan. I think he's a despicable human piece of garbage.
Yeah.
But I mean, as a fighter, he's
Nice.
enigmatic. You
Right.
can't. He's. What do you do with him? You know?
Which I thought though the move to 85 was going to reinfuse his career and give him a little more juice, but it never really took off. I
Right.
think he got grounded out by a couple of wrestlers,
Yep.
and it just never materialized.
Yeah, well, that was the thing. You had to.
Oh no, he did get a title shot against Weidman, yeah?
Yeah, didn't he beat Wyman?
No.
No? Lost to
no,
Wyman?
no. I'm almost positive. No, he did. He got another title. He did get an 85 title shot against Weidman. Weidman beat him in a decision.
I mean, he's just a likable guy.
He is.
You know,
Yeah.
he's a likable guy.
Yeah. And how likable is he? He fucking admitted to taking. He didn't even fail for a piss test. He just admitted that he took a supplement that was on the banned list, and it just became on the banned list. But he's like, oh yeah, I took that 6 months ago, and they're like, oh well, it just got on there now, but technically, if you took it at any point in the past 6 months, you would fail. And he's like, yeah, I did. I guess because he was trying to cover his own ass and say.
Well, yeah, he doesn't want to tarnish his.
Right.
You know.
But here's the thing too about these.
You don't want to pop for nandrolone and then say I didn't take it.
Right.
And every test shows you're on nandrolone. You know.
But that's the thing about these supplements too, and I don't like that how the media covers these failed tests, because a lot of them are not of their fault. Even in the NFL, because they you're supposed to send them out to an independent tester, right?
Right. Yeah.
But they do it 5, 10 times, and then they go, okay, this product's pretty good, and then that year or month or whatever, they end up mixing a batch with another batch that is tainted.
Right, yeah.
And that happens a lot now. Like, because it's not, none of these over-the-counter supplements that you buy at GNC are, approved by the FDA. So they're not regulated and tested regularly. So you could fail for stuff that you've tested and you think it's a valid product, and you fail.
Well, I think the first time, because Jones has failed, what, 2 or 3? A couple.
I think one for PEDs though.
Yeah.
The only once or twice for PEDs.
Twice,
yes,
for sure.
Once was the tainted dick pills.
Yeah, because one of the ones he was using was Testogen.
Right.
And I was using that for a while, and dude, I was like, do you remember that? Like 2 years ago, where I was like 6% body fat. Like,
I was buying that at DPS.
I was getting it at DPS.
Yeah.
And like all of a sudden, they're like, no, you can't take this shit. This is bad, And I'm in a full panic. Like, is my liver going to shut down? Is my kidney going to shut down? But damn, I'm going to look good in that coffin.
That's it. Yeah.
I'm going to look fuck. Don't even put me in a suit. Just put me in a Speedo. Put me in the coffin. Let everybody admire my abs.
Yeah.
I had Jesus abs.
Yeah.
Like, I was yoked.
So it's that beautiful word, proprietary blend. Once you put proprietary blend, that's anything they want to wink wink put in there. And they've done that over the time where you'll have a product banned, they'll take it off the market, the same company will rename it or even rename their own company and then sell it again with just one molecule changed, and then that'll run for a year or two before that's banned. So it is sneaky, and I feel bad for a lot of these guys because they get painted as cheaters and steroid users when it's not necessarily that black and white, and the
There's
media,
a lot of gray area,
and the media doesn't cover it like that. Like and that's the problem
with
with
the media's job.
It is though.
No,
Right, but I wish that we got a little more context to shit.
Right.
Because it's like, oh, it's this, blah, blah, blah. And then, well, it turned out that's not the truth. Okay, well, we're going to do a little blurb about it.
Right.
We just covered it for a week and a half, every single day talking about it.
Right.
But it turned out that it wasn't that case.
It wasn't that, right.
So we're sorry about that. Okay, moving on.
Well,
and it's like, come on. It's like, give the guy a little bit, because
they do the same thing in the newspapers. The retraction is always a sentence in the editorial page down here in the corner, and the headline is on the fucking splash page. Like,
and that's
they do that all the time. They're like, "Oh, we're sorry we accused you of being a kid raper."
Yeah,
right. And nobody ever sees that.
Right. Kobe Bryant's still a rapist.
Yeah,
and he's not. He didn't.
Right.
The only thing he was banging a prostitute. He thought he could get a freebie. He switched lanes without signaling, and that was basically it.
He switched lanes without signaling.
That's it. And the girl tried to exploit him for that. She's like, well, you went to you got dessert at the lunch buffet, but you only paid for the lunch buffet.
Yeah.
And he was kind of like, oh man, the lunch buffet was a little overpriced anyways, so I just grabbed a cookie. And then. But it all came out that he was innocent, He was proven not guilty by this.
Yeah, he was,
So, but people still call him a rapist. Same thing with Ray Lewis. Ray Lewis is still a murderer, he was not a murderer. And go read the case study, please, because every eyewitness that said it was the description of the guy who was stabbing people was not 6'1", 250-pound linebacker. It was like 160-pound dude. You know what I mean? Yeah, but he just happened to be with Ray Lewis. So everyone was like, "Oh, I don't know who the guy was, but I think he was with that Ray Lewis character, with the Ray Lewis character." And they were like, "Listen, you're gonna tell us who it was?" And he's like, "Hey, man, I ain't saying shit, you know." And they're like, "Okay, well, listen, we don't know who it was, but everybody says you were there, so here you go." And then it didn't stick. It stuck for a week or two.
Yeah,
you know?
They smash it with the obstruction of justice.
And that's what he got, obstruction of justice and stuff like that. But that was just a good dude being a good dude. Like, I don't know, if a fight broke out in a club and you started stabbing people and they were asking who stabbed people, I would be like, I don't know. I was just trying to get out of there, man. You know?
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know shit. Yeah. Wasn't me. That's all you could say. Wasn't me.
Wasn't me.
So that's where we need a little more context in this world, but that's not sexy. Like, that's where we're at. Where everything's got to sizzle. You know?
Yeah.
Everything's got to sizzle. Everything's got to have a quick wrap up, a real cut and dry, a real sexy headline. And if it don't have that, people can't digest it.
Yeah.
Like, this podcast is an hour long. We have friends who love us and I love them. And they won't fucking sit down and watch it because it's not 25-second clip on YouTube that they can watch in a loop twice, 3 times in a row and then move on with their fucking stupid day. Yeah. Just saying.
Yeah, they'll ask us tomorrow, what'd you guys talk about?
Yeah.
Yeah. And they want the clip notes.
I'm like, there's actually a place you can go
they want
get
clip
that.
notes, yeah. Speaking of sexy and sizzle, Mackenzie Dern fought last night.
Ooh!
Yeah.
Looking thick. Thick as a Snickers.
Thick.
Woo!
She missed by 7 pounds.
7 pounds.
7. Like, you're not trying.
No. Right.
You're not.
They said, though, they are camp.
I think she said, like, I have to find a new scale. And I'm like, bitch, you got to find a new weight class.
Right.
Like,
no, she looked soft, too. She didn't look
hard.
No, she did not look like she was cutting everything she could.
Yeah.
But they said her camp wanted that, I think. They said that
they wanted her to miss weight.
They said they didn't care. They said it was in Brazil, so there was nothing that was going to really happen to her.
Yeah, true.
They were going to make her fight anyways, and the girl was aware that she wasn't going to make weight. I don't think she knew about the 7-pound difference.
Right.
But also, what happened against...
I think they took a chunk of cash or something.
They did 30%. Right, which is rightfully so.
Sure.
But what happened was with... I can't think of the female fighter's name. But female fighters, I mean, it's a thing they have to work through. This one girl actually got cut because she refused to fight because the girl missed weight. And she refused to fight. And so Dana White said, whatever, we're going to pay you for the fight, and cut her immediately. Yeah. Because she didn't want to fight. Right. Which, you know, you wouldn't see that too often with a male fighter, you know, but...
we used to go through that all the time with the fighters. Remember that?
Yeah.
When we had when we were running the fight team, and man, all the time, you know.
Poor Jay Colarusso.
Oh, the one dude came in, 20 pounds over? Like...
That was every time with Jay.
Although, remember the one time we had to do it the opposite way where we went down to Jersey... Hedges was fighting down there. Might have even been his first fight in Jersey. We were in Egg Harbor, and the weight in Jersey, there's only so many pounds of difference you can have or something. We had to like put a Gatorade in Jimmy's pocket or something.
Oh, right, right.
Yeah, that was funny. So we had to do it the opposite way, where we had to like tip the scales a little bit. Hopefully Greg Serb's not watching that.
No.
Oh, no. Jersey. So we're good.
It,
so yeah, Greg Serb won't come in and take my lunch money on me.
But one thing I have to say though about female MMA, I talked about it a little bit yesterday that most guys don't have to worry about, but females with their menstrual cycle. Yeah. I know this isn't a topic we're experts on, but I just maybe
speak for yourself.
Right. Well, you've been married for quite a long time, but all I know is you know it makes you retain water and stuff like that. So I would assume that if you if Aunt Flo is in town and you gotta cut weight, that's gotta probably be an extra.
I think it throws it off for sure.
An extra obstacle you have to take. But after watching Mackenzie's body composition yesterday, I'm assuming that was not the case because she
was
just
soft.
looked.
Yeah, her jiu-jitsu
like
great.
she had rolls on her back. I'm not saying that she looked bad or anything, but she looked like somebody who wasn't
didn't
even
try to
cutting
cut weight. Right. Yeah, for sure. But you know, she threw the big overhand right.
She looked good.
She looked
her
good.
striking looked good, and the girl she fought was an amateur boxer. Yeah, her whole thing was I don't care, I'm gonna still beat her up.
Right.
And her jab looked better than hers.
Yeah.
Her overhand looked good, and then she ended up finishing with the choke.
Yep.
But her striking actually looked very impressive. The thing with Mackenzie though, do they have a 125 female now? I think they did.
Yeah,
they just added.
Yeah.
Does she go to 125? I think. Because I don't think there's many girls, because most girls at the 125 are either coming down because they were too small for 35,
Right.
or they're just a little too big for 115, to where I think that's where she is. She's kind of between her.
She's in that, yeah.
She might be, at times, slightly undersized, but with her grappling ability, I think that she won't have to worry much about that.
I mean, she's world-class grappling. She's very good.
Because I'm assuming, I think in all of her other MMA endeavors, she fought at 25 and 35.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
She never had to fight at
She
15.
never had to go down to the, what is that, straw weight?
Yeah,
straw
15
weight.
is
that's
15.
tough.
115's tough.
Yeah.
And she don't look like she got titties.
Yeah.
When you got titties, I'm sorry, that's hard to get to 115 because I mean, depending on what you're
10 to
working
20
with,
pounds,
it is.
Yeah, 10 to 20 pounds.
And that's another thing that female fighters have to deal with. Like, I don't know if it's ever been confirmed, but Miesha Tate, I believe, has implants.
Yeah, I think she is. Yeah.
You know, that's gonna F up a weight cut. But she was a small 35er, so that might actually have been her Gatorade in the pocket. You know? She might have said, let me get some titty. You know, her boyfriend at the time was like, you know, I think it would really help your career and help us make weight. You could probably, you know, if you just, you know, put some weight on. And she's like, well, listen, I like my diet. And he's like, I got an idea. How about some titties?
Some titties. Who else fought? Nunez and...
Oh, no, wait. No, we got to work our way. Let's work our way up. So we got Vitor, Mackenzie.
Yeah.
Lineker looking good.
Yeah.
What's that, 35?
Yeah. Who do you fight? Kelleher?
Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not too...
That was a good knockout, too.
That was a good knockout. His combos, he's always tough, man.
Yeah.
He's always throwing bombs.
And you know, too, like, you know what I liked about that was he never let off the gas.
No, because he was the fifth round, or third round.
He was at a point where he won. Like,
he beat him up the whole time.
Yeah, he could have sat back, and he just kept going and going and going and going. And that's always a risk.
Mm-hmm.
Like, when you're pressing the action like that, there's always the risk of getting caught. I had that happen in a grappling at a Naga once. I was up like 26-2 or something, and with like 10 seconds left, I kept pushing and pushing and pushing, and I got fucking caught in an arm lock. And I was like, you dumb son of a bitch.
Yeah.
You know? Or I could have just cruised on it.
Yep.
So there's always a risk in doing that. You know, he's pushing, like Sam Smith, Pete Sell.
Yeah.
Remember that? Where
he had him
like,
knocked out with the body punch and rushed in.
Yeah. Like, you know, so there's always a risk when you jump to a finish of.
Well, yeah, I mean, wounded animals always
They're
at the most dangerous. Yeah, they're gonna snap out.
Yep, they're gonna fight for sure.
Yeah,
but he looked good.
The body head combo was just
killing that. Yeah, he was killing that.
It was beautiful. He's a beautiful fighter. Like his style is technical enough, but he was fighting up a way. I think he was fighting at 45 for a while, which he was not big enough for. I thought, and him going down, dropping a weight was big for him.
Because he brought all that power down too, because he was hitting hard.
Yeah, well, he had to take a step back because he fought TJ a year or two ago.
Yeah,
and TJ it was a masterful performance.
Yeah.
It was a decision, but masterful, inside, outside, using his strikes to take him. He took him down a bunch, everything. So that's the only thing that's going to stall him out is if TJ retains the title. It's going to be hard to put him in there. But him versus Cody, I think would be a very interesting matchup because if Dillashaw's movement gave Lineker problems.
Yeah.
But Cody is a little more linear, straightforward with his movements, right?
Yep.
He's a little more come in your face and
which is why
why
he lost last time.
Right. It's a little too much getting in your face and want to brawl.
Yeah.
But for Lineker, that is right in his wheelhouse.
Right, yeah.
He has never shied away from a guy who wants to bang.
Right.
Man,
yeah.
Wait,
you're all over the place today.
He just said come in his face and
bang.
Guys who like to bang. What the fuck? Shit you can say when there's talk about fighting.
And this is why our podcast has the name
Low Hanging
Fruit. This is why. Because we're
secretly gay?
No, you jackass. Because it's the easiest topics to talk about.
Yeah, all right.
But we glazed over it, but that was Vitor's last fight.
That is Vitor's last fight.
Retired
Vitor's last
25 years.
Well, it's Vitor's last fight
in the UFC.
This time.
Well, his contract's officially out.
Yeah.
You know, But 25 years, that's a
There's
long
always Bellator.
career.
There's always Bellator.
Yeah, he could hitch a ride over to Bellator.
Guarantee you see
with
him at
the other
Bellator,
retired
especially
fighters.
when you get crane kicked in the face your last fight, you want another taste. So I think him versus Chael Sonnen in next year this time, I would bet money that's going to happen.
He's going to show up in Bellator for sure. Yeah, you're always going to need money, and Bellator will offer him money.
Yeah.
You know.
And speaking of fucking bullshit with old ass fighters, Oscar De La Hoya, you used to love Oscar De La Hoya, but he has turned into such a fucking clown lately.
What's he doing?
He shit all over the Conor McGregor-Mayweather fight. Remember?
Oh, yeah.
He shit all over it.
Yeah.
Said it was a disgrace to the sport. Then he came out and said, I'll box McGregor.
Sure.
You fucking clout chasing fucking
saw the money.
Right? Then, now he's saying that he wants to promote MMA,
yeah.
and he's talking about a Chuck Liddell, Tito Ortiz for rematch number 4. Like, who the fuck is gonna pay for that?
Not this guy.
I'll fucking throw nickels at that. That's about it. I wouldn't fucking tune in for that if it would save my life. If it had the cure of cancer on it, I wouldn't fucking show up for that shit.
Cancer.
What the fuck? Chuck Liddell versus Tito Ortiz. Really, dude? Really? After all that shit talk, like he went on like a press tour of how people should not buy this, don't buy into the hype, blah blah blah, and it actually turned out to be quite entertaining. I mean, the match itself was pretty entertaining, but I mean, the whole spectacle around it was amazing. I mean, it left us with memes and sound bites for a lifetime. So, with that said, I mean, that's entertainment, and that's a part of it too. But for De La Hoya, I mean, come on, man. Like I said, we talk about consistency. Just a little bit of consistency and integrity. Like, don't hate on the guy for getting money for doing what he's doing, and then you try and go and do the same thing.
Right, yeah.
You just look like an ass.
Yep.
Man, and I love him.
Speaking of hate, how about Covington? Colby Covington?
He's such a troll.
Did you see what he did with Mackenzie Dern?
Yeah.
With the Miss Piggy thing? Oh, that was brutal when I saw that. I'm like, dude. You know? But then he got called out. He had attended some type of MMA event. He appeared at it. Well, he wasn't on it, obviously, because he's under UFC contract. But some MMA promotion that was being put on by a porn company. So he was like, he posed with like a bunch of like porn chicks, and he had tweeted about having an orgy with 3 of the porn girls, and he like posted a picture about it. One of them called him out on Twitter. Like, she put a video on, and she's like, no. That didn't happen. She put him on blast. Google that later and take a look at it, because it's funny. Because she was like, she's like, no, that didn't happen.
Yeah.
It was great.
Oh man,
it was great.
And on another thing, speaking of like MMA shows where weird stuff happened, Nick Diaz pushed Clay Guida. Did you see that?
No.
They were at a local MMA show. I don't know if Nick Diaz, it was one of his like local promotion fights, but a fight broke out. He pushed Clay Guida and threw a slap at somebody and stuff like that. Like, he started a street fight almost with him and his goons.
Huh.
I can't get behind that though.
That's what he does, though. I mean, that's what he's raised on. Like, that's
I
what
understand
he does.
that, but it's
it's nothing new.
No, but at some point, like, I felt the reason why he did it for so long was because of he wanted to get the acceptance. He felt like people didn't respect him as a fighter, respect what him and his brother are doing and what they're doing. And I could see them fighting for that name. But man, people love you and people respect you. Like, at this point, you can only lose fans and respect by doing shit like that. Like, pushing Clay Guida, dude. Like, Clay Guida's like one of the nicest guys.
Yeah,
and he's like a hard-working... He's not a guy, I don't think, that's ever going to try and shit on your reputation or anything like that. Like, I don't know exactly what the official story was. It's still kind of he said, she said.
Sure.
So we'll maybe cover it in the future.
Is.
But from what eyewitnesses said, that like Clay Guida, like, there was like an argument with one of Diaz's boys or whatever, and he was like, all right, whatever, and he turned around, and the boy one of his homies got Diaz, and then Diaz came over and decided to, stalk and slap some people.
Yeah.
So.
You're just an angry dude.
But there you go. You want to make a fight? Nate Diaz versus Clay Guida. I'll buy that.
Yeah.
We can hype up all the shit we want. And that's an actual legit fight that probably would be good to watch.
Just fueled by anger. I get that.
No, I know.
Because I'm wired that way.
Right. But
and I've always.
But
been
when's the
wired
last
that
time
way.
you went out to a public place and bitch slapped somebody?
No, let me rephrase that. Like my anger isn't channeled. I think I don't know, maybe last podcast or the one before that we said something about identify more with Jedi and Sith, and I was like, I regularly identify with Sith, but it's the way the way my brain is wired. Like I'm fueled by anger, where it's like you do something.
You're a redhead and you have a small cock, so it makes sense.
But it's not outward. Like it's like you go, oh, you can't do that, and I'm like, oh, I can't fucking do that. Your academy's never going to succeed. Oh, it's not going to succeed. I'm going to get 100 students. You know, oh, you'll never be a black belt. Oh, I'm not going to be a black belt. But that's how everything is. You tell me I can't do something.
But that's driven. That's not anger, though. That's a little more passion.
No, but I get angry about it. Like, I'm angry about it. Like,
you are a ginger, so I mean...
Even my jiu-jitsu is angry. Like, we'll roll, and I'll be like, oh, hi. When we're, like, I'll be all... And then you'll do something, and you do it on purpose.
Oh, yeah, I know.
He does it on purpose. Like, he'll fucking pie face me or something. And I go from, like... I'm rolling with my buddy Tyler to I'm gonna kill you. You better hope I don't get your neck because I'm gonna not let go.
Give it all
like,
to me. I'm like the emperor. I'm just like trying to poke Luke enough to where he'll kill Vader.
Really fueled by that and pushed by that. Yeah. You know, but
because otherwise he wants to fucking flow roll.
But mine is internalized.
Fuck that.
You know, where like my anger drives me to better goals.
Yeah, I'm gonna knee him in the balls on purpose and make him fucking want to try and steal my soul.
Yeah, but that's how I've always been wired.
Yeah,
you know, like
no, I get you, but
you piss me off, I work harder.
But I'm saying like. And I'm all for like handling your business, whatever. I grew up street fighting. I was one of those guys like I would be pushing people like if you cut in front of me in the lunchtime, we're fist fighting in school. But I'm past 30. Like at this point, I feel like I don't have that to prove anymore. Like I don't need to prove I'm a tough guy. Like Nate Diaz does not, or Nick Diaz
doesn't need to prove
it. Like we get it. You're fucking tough, dude. Like no one's ever gonna say you're a pussy. So. Let it slide, man. You smoke too much weed. How do you smoke that much weed and still be angry? That's whiskey anger. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know what you mean, yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah.
And I don't think he drinks much whiskey.
I don't know. He's just an angry dude.
Like Connor throwing dollies and shit like that. I get it. He's fucking Irish. He's short. He's probably got a little dick too. You get some whiskey and cocaine on top of that. Fucking forget it. Somebody's gonna die.
Yeah.
But man, I'm just saying, Nick, please, for the sake of you, and you make money now, like, and that's the thing too, you're making money, like, you're not starving, like, they don't have to fight, they're not fighting because they don't have to fight, they have ventures in marijuana companies and dispensaries, they're getting paid to do seminars, they're getting paid to do appearances, they're killing it, but if you start bitch slapping people in public, those offers are going to come fewer and far between. So what I'm trying to say is, check your anger and don't fuck your money up, man.
Don't
fuck your money
up. Ever.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Can't fuck your money up. What else we got? Oh, Nunez.
Yeah, we got the main event. Yeah, I think we're at that. Yep. Oh no, we're not. Co-main event.
Oh, Jacare and
Jacare, which is Jacare. You know, I mean, the Jimmy Smith. I love you, but you know.
Do you like Jimmy Smith?
I do. I actually do. I think he's actually really good.
I find that he's like a Joe Rogan knockoff. Like
no, he is. I love him better because he is less biased than Joe Rogan.
Yeah, Rogan, maybe, yeah.
Joe Rogan is
biased, sure.
Joe. I mean, he likes grapplers.
We've talked about Joe Rogan.
Joe Rogan, like he will fall in love with a fighter.
Yes.
And
look at the way he blocks those punches with his face.
Right. Yeah.
Like, I mean, he'll sell you.
Oh my God! Look at him sitting on that stool. Oh, that's black belt sitting right there. It's like.
But he, Jimmy Smith. I mean, he sounds like Joe. He talks like Joe. Like I think they were like, hey, people like Joe Rogan. Let's find somebody who's similar to him.
Yeah.
You know?
No, for sure.
I don't know. Maybe that's.
But it's like, what's his name? Who's the guy who called the Miracle on Ice?
I don't know.
What's his name? He does Monday Night Football. God damn it, I cannot think of his name.
Like we're talking hockey.
No. But he does pro football. But he does football now too.
Yeah, but
he does with Collinsworth. But he called that
I know what
Miracle on.
He
called the Miracle on Ice. You know, and from that you can see a lot of copycats. You know what I mean? So there is kind of like a cookie cutter way to go about it.
Yeah, sure.
I like him though. I do. I think he's good. I think he's super he's super knowledgeable too. I like
he
that.
does have a lot of knowledge. I like that.
Because he actually, and like I said, he's less biased.
Yeah.
He's more willing to, because you'll even see the UFC has their bias where they want to talk about more of the fighter, and you get the commentator or the play-by-play guy who's really hyping the one guy up, and I've seen Jimmy Smith go, let's, this guy's doing really well too.
Yeah,
you
he's
know?
knowledgeable. No, he is. He's knowledgeable. It's just like when I hear him talking, I go, wait, did they bring back Joe Rogan?
Right.
You're like, I have to check myself for a second.
But that's to me, to say that's a compliment about him. I think, because if you're not missing, like that's a thing. That's when Joe Rogan's gone, are people going to miss him? Like John Madden, like people hate him or love him, when he's gone, you kind of miss him. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So if there was a guy who can fill that void,
you
know, and we're gonna see Gruden. Gruden to me was a great play caller or color guy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, and he's going into coaching.
He's back to coaching. So yeah.
Nunez, Pennington. You know.
No. We're not into Jacare. We didn't get Jacare.
All right, Jacare. When we get to that, I have a thought. Okay. But let's say Jacare.
Jacare versus Kevin
It was entertaining. I was entertained. I'm surprised they gave it.
I was surprised they gave it to Kevin.
I was surprised they gave it. Yeah.
I thought the first round was clearly Jacare.
For sure.
Second round was KG, and I thought the third round was a little mixed. But I thought Jacare was still moving forward. He looked exhausted.
And you're in Brazil,
but he looked exhausted. I get that. But is that? But we don't. You don't judge by damage, because I've seen guys who have their face look like hamburger, right, and they win. So his damage was his cardio. He was feeling the cardio, but he was still moving forward more. He was throwing more. He was pushing the action forward. Like all Gastelum was doing was kind of walking forward. He was still getting hit. He was still getting. So I don't know. I was surprised that they let Jacare lose that fight in Brazil. Yeah. But that's where the UFC bias is, because I think they want to push Gastelum because he's a better sell than Jacare, and we've talked about that before. Yeah. Like the ability to sell a fighter is important, because it is a business. You got it, and they want to sell it in America, and if that's the case, you got to be able to speak English. Right. And I think that hurts guys. Yeah. If you're not able. Yeah, you can sell Jacare to guys like us. Yes. You can't sell Jacare to your average Budweiser, beer swilling. Yeah. And he's 38. Idiot. He's 38. Yeah, he's only around. You got 38 versus 25. Right. You know what I mean? Yeah. So I don't know. I guess we're not going to see Jacare hoist any gold anytime soon until Bellator, where he beats Vitor for the middleweight title. Fingers crossed. I'm calling it. Fingers crossed. And Golden Boy MMA promotion. Yeah, exactly. On the undercard of the Chuck and Tito. Yeah, Chuck and Tito. Fight for the light heavyweight. Yeah, and Ken Shamrock will do a run-in with a fucking steel chair and hit Tito with it. Oh, Christ. Shit. Okay. We ready? Yes. Main event. All right. Let's talk the main event, because entertaining fight. Two things that happened that were odd to me. Number one is that when they were announcing. Oh wait, hold on. Nunez and Pennington. Hold on, wait, one thing, dude. Jacare's jump into leg lock to sweep. Yeah. Fucking massive. That was good. Yeah. Guys, if you throw a submission and it's not working out, guess what is right there for you? As a black belt commentary here, always look for the sweep. Because if they're defending a submission, more often than not, their balance is going to be one way or another. They're going to be either too forward, too backwards. So you got to find that. He did that beautifully. He swept him off that leg lock and turned it into a good position for himself. Yeah. But that's what I do with my omoplata. Yeah, my omoplata is for you don't finish. Yeah, I very rarely finish an omoplata. Right. But anything, I think anything. Sweep, arm lock, or triangle. If a guy's going to stack you, there is a way where his weight is too far forward or too far back to where easy sweep is there. Yeah, for sure. Let's move. Eyes open. Okay. So they're coming. They announced the fight as the first fight between the first time two openly gay fighters have met in the arena. Yes. What fucking relevance does that have? Does it really have relevance? I know she's a lesbian. Yes. I know they're both lesbians. I don't care. I'm looking at them as fighters. I don't go, hey, these lesbian fighters are fighting tonight. Right. Well, here's the thing. It doesn't make me any more or less interested in the fight, the fact that you're licking ditch. Right. No. At least not in the UFC. But here's in I actually talked about it today. I've been reading Jordan Peterson's book. What the postmodern philosophy is, they don't want labels, yet they label everything. So it's not like if I said, hey man, I don't want to watch two fucking lesbians fight. I'm sexist or homophobic or something. But on the flip side is, oh my God, I'm so happy that two lesbians. How about just two people are fighting? Two female athletes going at it.
And that to me, like when they said it, I went, why?
Why? What matters?
Doesn't matter.
No. They can if they wanted to.
Well, if they want to push their agenda, and I hate to say it as an agenda,
right?
But to say like, hey, look at you're just like everybody else, whatever.
Yes. In the post, if they said, hey, congratulations. Yeah, I just want to say, this is a great thing that us, right? And this is the first time two openly gay athletes have fought for a UFC title. I just want to say we've come a long way, and it's a beautiful thing. Okay, yeah, nice. But for them to, that was on their. That was on their sheet.
It was on their sheet to read.
Right.
And I'm just like, there's no reason.
Right.
Like that. That just.
So to me, let's. I'm gonna play devil's advocate. So did Pennington get this fight because she's an openly gay athlete? Because I don't think she qualified for this fight. That was my thing. She didn't. I don't think she was qualified an opponent for this fight.
Well, she
hasn't fought
because Nunez
dominated.
Crushed.
But she hasn't fought. She had an accident or something. She hasn't fought in a while.
Yeah, it's been a while.
Like a year or two later. Yeah. So how is she the number one in the deck? She looked like a fighter who had some serious ring rust.
Yeah.
So to me is right like it's okay or it's not okay. It's not okay to stop somebody from getting an opportunity because of their religion, race, or sexual orientation.
Right.
But it's okay to push people because of their race, religion, and sexual orientation. Yeah. So that's where we got to get, like I said, more consistency, right? And this is where we are in this fucking postmodern Marxist type of, world we live in, where it's like, oh, well, the people who are or were oppressed, they want to play it both ways. They want to play the victim and have the power. Yeah. They want to tell you what you can't say, right? But they're allowed to say whatever they want because of, well, we're the oppressed. So it can't be that way. You can't be the victim and the power player. You know what I mean?
Right.
And I'm not saying they are here or anything like that, but
as a general blank.
But there will be that. You'll see how that goes. Right. And you're right. And for them to say that, that's a blip. That's a fucking little piece of whatever. You know what I mean? That isn't any significance on the fight. That doesn't make them better or worse as a fighter. So like you said, if somebody was like, hey, I don't want to watch these two lesbos go at it. Right. And I'm allowed to say that because my mother's a lesbian. So I'm like, I got that card.
Yeah.
Lesbos.
Yeah, he can play that card.
Lesbos, you can't though.
I can't.
No,
my mom's not a lesbian.
You better not say that.
My mom's not a lesbian.
But I'm saying, for someone to get an opportunity, I feel like they wanted to push that, and they're trying to push that.
I think they did.
I
like that they give them pregnancy tests before the fight. They're like,
you never know.
You never know. Immaculate conception. Or they sat on a toilet seat.
Or I've known some lesbians throughout the years that are they lesbians? Wink, wink.
Wink, wink. Yeah.
They're lesbians until they meet a pretty dude. Wait, so let's hold on. Let's talk about lesbians for a second. Like, if you're a strap-on lesbian, right? Are you really a lesbian?
No, because here's my and I've said this before. All lesbians, 99.9, because you can never say all, right?
Now we're gonna get some hate.
Well, you can never say all or you can't be all inclusive.
Right. Okay.
99.9%.
We'll say like
lesbians.
80. We'll say 80% to be.
We're gonna say 99.9%.
That's a lot
of lesbians.
That's a lot. That's 90 out of 100 of them. 99 and 0.9 tenths of a.
They enjoy penis.
Right.
They just don't enjoy what's attached to the penis.
The personalities that come with it.
We're assholes. 99.999% of men are assholes.
Yeah.
And it's just whether women can tolerate us.
Yeah.
That's your whole job. Your whole job as a man is to just locate that one woman who can tolerate your bullshit because you're an asshole.
Yeah. But I'm saying
listen, I've been on a journey of self-acceptance, and I accept I am a.
But if you're having sex with a penis, plastic or not, are you a lesbian? Like that's
what I'm saying. It's like a fake moniker.
Like I'm just saying. I mean, I don't know how you get down with your gay dudes, but if you guys are strapping pussies on each other to fuck, then there's a part of you that enjoys pussy. So it's I mean. But I don't think you guys do that.
No, we don't. We clearly don't.
I'm just guessing, and
No, we don't. We don't.
I mean, I don't ever open up the videos you send me anymore. So
fool me twice, shame on you.
Fool me 3 times.
Fool me 3 times.
Jeez,
Tyler has a problem.
Yeah. I mean, I'm just saying, after I orgasm, I'm disgusted.
You are disgusted with the antics, yeah, for sure. But yeah, no, that's my take on lesbians.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what about the fights?
So,
no, okay, about the fight.
We are gonna get hate mail.
Yeah.
And probably a lot of that is gonna come from
I'm just saying, I'm part lesbian. So come bring it on, bitches.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But that's always been a thing that I'm saying.
I like vagina, so that makes me a lesbian.
I am too.
Yeah.
All right.
Right on.
That's what I'm saying. So we're there.
So Nunez completely dominated.
Is she the greatest female fighter?
She's pretty good. I don't know if she's the greatest. We'll guess we'll
Barring
see.
Cyborg.
But Cyborg's on a different level.
But also, okay, without any cloud over them, because with Cyborg, I feel most people think she's done performance enhancers.
Yeah.
A ton of testosterone.
Yes, for sure.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think most people believe that, and you know,
if you look at her.
Yeah, but she never. Did she once? She did.
She failed.
Yeah, she
failed
has.
her PEDs.
She has. So, you know.
In a different organization too, where they didn't have you.
But Nunez, I mean, I like her. I really like her.
But I mean, as a fully well-rounded, and here's the thing too, with
her striking
with
is
Cyborg,
good, her grappling is good,
right.
Everything's good. Like,
technically wise, probably the most complete female fighter we've ever seen.
Cardio-wise, she's. I mean, she's
got everything. Cardio, striking, grappling,
mental toughness.
With Cyborg, she makes up for a lot of, if she does have any holes, with pure strength. Yeah,
physicality.
And especially when the female realm, if you are the strongest female, and it's a big play.
Yeah,
because
remember that video of her rolling with Tito Ortiz?
Yeah, she picked him up
and slammed him. Like, shit, Tito Ortiz is a big dude.
Yeah.
And she lifted him from a triangle position. That's crazy. Like, so she's tough.
Because even with male strength, like 20, 30 pounds, it's a big thing, but it can be overcome. Right. Strength can translate. But with females, if you have a female who has man strength or enhanced testosterone strength, that's hard to make up for, because girls just aren't physically built in the same manner. No. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they're not designed genetically the same way we are.
No,
they're just
we're not. No,
we're not. We're two different animals. But yeah, I mean, Nunez, I think, is the most well-rounded of the current female roster for sure. She's got everything going for her. Yeah. You know, Pennington broke last night.
Yeah.
You know, she between round 4 and round 5, she was like, I can't go back out there.
Yeah.
And the corner was like, no, you have to go out there.
Yeah. Which
to me was like, whoa. You know, like,
and
that's dangerous.
Tough. But women are tough though. For a girl to say that.
Right. That's dangerous. That your fighter goes, I can't go back out there. And you send them back out there?
Yeah.
That's fucking
that's what I'm saying about
dangerous.
the agenda, where did you want Pennington to fight because she was the most qualified person to fight, or was she there because we can be the first to have the first, whatever it is.
Yeah.
I'm not picking on lesbians or anything, gay, whatever. I'm just saying, or are you just trying to be the first to be the first?
Yeah.
Right? Because to me, when they announced this fight, I was kind of like, man, this is not a fight I want to see. This is not a fight I'm that interested in, because the quality of opponents, there is a huge discrepancy here.
Yeah. And honestly, she went out there and you could just see she was just like, just take me out. Like, she went out in round 5, she was like, just take me out. Because she didn't want to go back out. The corner, her coaches forced her back out there. And we've cornered fighters. Mm-hmm. And we've had our share of fighters come in and go, I don't know if I can do this, I'm tired. No, man, breathe, relax, you know. It would just get them through the panic. She was a broken fighter. Mentally, physically, she was done. And her corner forced her back out there, which it's irresponsible. It's irresponsible. Yeah. There's a big difference. Like I said, we've had fighters come in and go, I don't know if I can do this, man. I'm going to puke. I'm tired. Listen, a couple deep breaths. Here's some water. Go back out there. You're doing fine. Like, you have, as a coach, you got to know the difference. And the fact that they could not identify that she was broken, that's on them.
She got dropped.
She got hurt.
She got dropped with the first leg kick of the fight.
Yeah.
Like, there was... And at no point, I think she got a takedown at one point.
Yeah, she did.
At the end of the second round or something. But besides that, she really landed no significant strikes. She landed. You're right. I mean, But
it was a bloodbath when she went out there.
Yeah.
In round 5. Because
Yeah.
she went out and she was just kind of like this, like, put me out of my fucking misery.
Yeah.
And, I mean, just blood everywhere.
And she's tough. She's Rocky. Her nickname's Rocky
Yeah,
because
I mean,
of how tough she is.
Yeah, I'm not saying that she's not, but it was, you know, she understood she was beaten and she had conceded, and they basically pushed her back out there at fucking gunpoint. Like, no, you're going.
Yeah.
You know, just irresponsible. Completely irresponsible by her corner people.
Yeah.
So that's my take on the UFC. Oh, no, you know what we got to talk about? UFC. They're letting CM Punk fight again.
Oh, yeah, they are.
Like, come on, man.
Mike Jackson.
Come on.
Let's fight Mike Jackson.
Shit. He would lose to Michael Jackson. He's not a fighter. He's a white belt in Gracie Jiu-Jitsu.
Yes.
I think his WWE resume says he was a Muay Thai fighter, something or other. You ever seen this dude throw a punch or kick a bag? No. He's like that. It's like that meme where the guy's hitting the bag like this. Like, he's not a fighter.
No.
He's not a fighter.
No. And that's why I say with the UFC where it's losing its credibility a little bit, because they're just trying to sell tickets now. And the thing is, if your sport is that quality, you'll sell the tickets.
Right.
Do you know what I mean? Like, if you have the juice, people will come to get it.
Yep.
You don't need to put any fucking flashing lights up or anything like that. That's like those fucking some of the best restaurants are those greasy spoon places.
Yeah,
where
we talked about
people
that,
they hear about it and they know and they want that. They don't need to be convinced. And when you're trying to throw names out there for the sake of throwing names out there, that's when you become Bellator.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I have zero interest in seeing CM Punk fight, and I'm just, it's a freak show, a circus show, and I'm curious to see how many times they're going to let him get beat up.
I think that this is it. If he loses this time, they cannot justify him going again.
I don't know how they justify it this time. I mean, he got crushed by Mickey.
Yeah.
Like, crushed.
Is this the first time ever that they allowed a 0-0 opponent in any combat sport to fight? I mean, they let James Toney
at a professional level.
Yeah, they let James Toney, but James Toney had
a boxer.
Yeah, he had over 100 amateur and pro boxing matches. This guy literally has no.
He had WWF experience, WWE experience.
No amateur boxing, no amateur. Never did a jiu-jitsu tournament. Never did a wrestling tournament. Nothing along those lines at any significance in his career, and they put him in there at a 0-0 and allow him to fight. And to me, that's irresponsible too, because they keep talking about player health and safety.
Yeah, you're essentially pulling a kid out of Little League and putting him on the mound.
Yeah.
And saying, throw a pitch.
Yeah.
What was that? Angels in the Outfield or something like that. Whatever the hell that was.
Rookie of the Year.
Rookie of the Year. That's the one. That's the CM Punk story.
Did he say funky butt lovin'?
Jesus.
But he was in a crazy shoulder injury that allowed him to. His tendons sealed up, and he was like.
Yeah, maybe CM Punk needs to have a crazy shoulder injury and learn how to fight.
Maybe.
He's fucking awful.
Maybe.
Awful.
Yeah, that to me is a very irresponsible.
It's insulting
by Dana
to the
White.
sport. It's insulting to the fighters.
Yeah.
It's insulting.
Well,
to the
you got
fans.
Ben Askren, undefeated fucking fighter, never been defeated by anybody,
and you can't.
And UFC will not sign him.
Yeah.
Just because his name isn't big enough.
Right.
Put him on a fucking undercard at this point. Who cares?
Mm-hmm.
Just let the guy get his beak wet, and then let the fans decide what it is. But don't try and shove the CM Punk bullshit down our throat. I agree. I agree with that. I don't understand it. I don't get it. I don't either. But that card actually is pretty good. I think there's 2 title fights.
Yeah, they're starting to set that card up, and that's what they're going to have to do. I mean, you can't put CM Punk on the headline.
No,
he's going to put him on the poster.
He's on the lowest. He's the first.
He'll be the opening fight.
Of the main card.
Yeah.
And then all
the cran eaters will fucking tune out after that.
Right. Well, no, but there's two title fights on that. I think Robert Whittaker is fighting.
Yeah, Whittaker and
Yoel.
Yes. Yeah.
And then Colby and Dos Anjos.
Yes.
I believe that's
what I saw.
Okay, and I think there's another intriguing fight on that card. I can't think of who it is at the moment. There's so many fucking fights now. They got Damian Maia versus Usman.
Yeah.
I mean, next week, dude, UFC, just
it's every weekend.
Yeah, you ever hear of oversaturation? Like, please, stop. It's like, it's like watching Thursday Night Football at this point, where you're like, dude,
tulips in Holland.
Yeah. Right.
That's a real big one. Google that.
Yeah.
Tulips in Holland.
But it's
But be careful what you click on. Be real careful what you click. Yeah.
But it's the UFC. I mean, I love it. I've never been, but like if we're trying to catch up on all this every Sunday and give you guys an update and stuff, it's not easy. Like I said, I couldn't even watch the Bellator yesterday because I was flipping between the UFC, the Lomachenko fight. I mean, it's difficult. It's difficult to get everything in there. There's just a lot of combat sport, which is good. But also, the oversaturation could be a problem where you're going to have these cards where nobody's going to watch.
Right. Yeah. It's like MLB. Like 180 something game or whatever the hell it is. Like, I can't watch a season of baseball.
Mm.
There's certain games I'll watch, but Yankees, Red Sox I'll watch and whatnot.
Yeah.
But man, to watch a whole season, wow. It's too much, man.
I feel like football's getting that way too with the Thursday night football. It was nice at first when they were doing it. They would start it at week 10 or something like that to throw in some quality matchups that they can switch it up so they don't have to overstack Sundays against each other.
Yep.
It was nice.
And
but
again,
now
it's
that you're
money.
but now you're trying to fill it in. But that's the thing though. You're claiming player safety.
Right.
Yet you're asking them to call from Sunday to a quick
Thursday
turnaround. Right. So that's where you're going to get lower quality games because guys are going to be more tired and more sore and more beat up, more injuries.
Injuries,
you get the 10-day rest following that, but to have that quick turnaround, that's why you see these games. The home team wins almost 9 out of 10 of them because it is
fatigue.
Fatigue, and you got to travel.
You got to travel,
Yeah.
But hey, they get that Pepsi and Dorito money.
Some of them.
The NFL owners.
Yeah, some of them.
The NFL owners.
Oh, the owners.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The players
Yeah.
But the
But
NFL owners do.
that's the thing where I say consistent. Like, don't claim player safety yet having guys play and fight every fucking day. You know.
It's ridiculous. So, did we talk about everything we want to talk about?
I think so.
Because my spark is kicked in, and I got to take a wicked piss.
I think
I don't have my Depends on, so I think we need to wrap this up.
Yeah, no, man. I think we're good. I think
fucking eyeballs are
we're
floating.
very efficient here. We got through everything.
Yeah, we talked about hot moms. We offended the lesbian population.
Yes.
And somewhere in between there, we actually.
Oh, wait, hold on. Wait.
Info.
Speaking of like the whole like, oh, my mom's a lesbian, so I can say, did you see Platinum Mike Perry?
No.
He posted a thing. He goes, I did my 23andMe, and I'm this, but I'm 2% African. And he goes, I guess now I can say the N-word. And he did. I was like,
shit.
I don't know. Black delegation, get back to us. Let us know if.
I'm curious. I might do that.
You might do that. Oh, dude, if you come back like a huge percentage African and you can drop the N-word, and that'd be so cool.
Yeah.
I think that would make you way cooler.
Yeah. Well, I know you have black men in you.
Oh yes.
So.
Yes. But
think about
that.
But
once they pull out, it's over.
Yeah.
I can only say the N-word for 15 minutes at a time.
Well, the difference between you and a refrigerator is the refrigerator doesn't fart when you pull the meat out of it. So, alright. I gotta piss.
Alright, we're good.
We gotta wrap this up. I gotta piss.
You.
Oh, shit.